main agenda of today's session is to discuss on select options, and then we will also see how to handle messages in SAP, what are the message classes and so on. So these are the two important topics. So today's session is going to be small. After discussion of these two things, reporting I wanted to handle tomorrow. So we will discuss these two things today. These two are important because very frequently we are going to use select options in almost all the reports, and even messages also we should always show on any report. Let me take a program. So let us try to understand what is the select option now. Generally what we will do is, if we want to provide some inputs, we are declaring parameters as a keyword. In the parameters we will declare a variable. It may be material number or purchase order or plant number, whatever it may be. Say for example, now I will give P_matnr type matnr. This is a data element of material number. So, and this is a parameter for my material number. Now if I would like to write a select statement, how will I write? Select star all the fields from which table? Mara table. Then put it into, I want to put this data into an internal table, for example. So then I will say into table itab. I have to declare this internal table data itab type table of Mara. I also need to declare work area type Mara. So here in the where condition, most of the times, that means till now we have seen only parameters. So here what we are seeing, what we are giving in the where condition, where matnr equal to p_matnr. This is what you have seen till now. That means we are trying to get the data from the table based on only one value, because in the selection screen I can give only one value. So in my internal table I will get only one record in this case, because matnr is a key field for this database table. Right? Key field means a unique field in the table. So if you provide a key field for a table, you will always get a unique record. So matnr is a key field. If you go inside a MARA table and have a look, it's a key field. So you are going to get a unique record or a single record into this internal table. So after that I will say loop at my internal table and put it into work area, and then write my work area material, work area related some other fields, maybe MB or SH, work area hyphen MTART. So some sort of fields, what are all available in this Mara table I am writing. A loop will be closed with end loop always. So now I will save it, check it. What we have done, matnr is unknown. It says line number 14. Sorry, here I should give matnr. So what I'm saying is, here always I can provide only one material number. But what if if I want to provide multiple materials or range of materials, how can I do that? If I want to provide multiple materials or range of materials, then I should make use of select option. So make use of the keyword select options, say s_matnr material number instead of type. So this is your name actually. So something like p_matnr is a name. In the same way, this is the name. Instead of this name, you provide another name if required. Maybe XYZ, ABC, whatever. So here what you need to say, for provide here work area hyphen field name matnr. So we have already declared a work area here. So provide work area hyphen field name. This is the difference between declaration of parameter and select option. So how you are declaring a parameter? You provide some name, then type. This is the database table related element, data element. If you go into the database table, you can find out this data element. But if you want to create a select option, provide here the name, and then here instead of type, provide for. Instead of the data element over here, you have to provide work area hyphen field name. Fine. So now what we will do is, instead of giving matnr equal to p_matnr here, I will say matnr in s_matnr. This is the only difference. So if you want to make use of parameter, here you need to use is equal to sign, because only single value you are providing. So you will say is equal to that particular p_matnr. But here when you are using select options, in the input you are providing multiple values. So multiple values will not be equal. So you should provide in and then put here s_matnr or whatever may be the name of the particular select option. Now let us see, save it, check it and activate it. So now when we execute, you can see there is a range of input you can provide. Say for example, I want materials from 1 to 100. A range of materials you can provide as input now. So now when I execute, the select query will bring all the materials which are available between 1 to 100. So there are some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 materials are available between 1 to 100. So all the 9 materials has came now. So previously when you are using parameter, you are not having an option to enter some range of inputs. So this is the main difference between the parameters and select option. So in the parameter always you can provide a single value. In select option you can provide multiple values. Now I want to show you what exactly this parameter is, what exactly this select option is. So I will put a breakpoint here just to show you how the parameter will be shown in the debugging and how the select option will be shown in the debugging. Okay, maybe I will provide some value here, parameter 100-100. In this I will put some 100. So 1 to 100. Okay, then I will execute this. We will go in a debugging mode now. When I double click on this parameter, the value is directly coming up here. So this is a variable. I told you in the beginning classes, if you want to declare a variable which you want to show in a selection screen, make use of parameter. So now my p underscore mtnr is nothing but a variable. What about s underscore mtnr? Is it also a variable? See, some symbol is coming up here. Whenever this symbol appears, this is nothing but an internal table. So whenever you declare a select option, I'll say select option is nothing but a internal table. SAP is automatically creating an internal table for you. Whenever you declare something in a parameter, SAP automatically declaring a variable for you in the same way. For example, let us take this iTab. What is this iTab? iTab is also an internal table. Let us go click here. See this. What is the difference between this iTab and s underscore mtnr? S underscore mtnr is an internal table with some cap symbol. Cap means a header. So you will put cap on a head, right? So whenever this cap symbol appears, that means that is the internal table with header line. But this internal table iTab is declared without header line, right? So without header line means what we have done, we have declared internal table separately, work area separately. So that's why the symbol is not coming. Okay, but here if you see, this is the internal table body, this is the header. Header means work area. So now let us go and see what is there in the internal table. So now I'll click on this internal table. So what is there inside this internal table? There are 4 fields: sign, option, low, high. Sign, there is something I is there, option BT, low some value is there, high some value. So what is this low value? Whichever you provided in the selection screen, 1 to 100 you have given in the selection screen, right? So that is the low and high value here. 1 to 100 where you have given in the selection screen. Here you have given 1, here you have given 100. So those values are appearing over there in the low and high. So now how to understand these select options? So select options is nothing but a internal table with 4 fields. What are all the 4 fields? 4 fields are sign, second field name is always option, third field is always low, fourth field is always high. It may be a select option you declared for material number, it may be a select option you declared for purchase order, or whatever it may be. Whenever you use the keyword select hyphen options, SAP will create an internal table with the name, whatever you provide. So this is the name of the internal table with the 4 fields. So now what is a sign? If you remember in the sign, there is something called I. There was I in the debugging we saw there is something called I. In fact, I stands for inclusive. There is another value. Sometimes what you can see is, sometimes you can see E in the sign instead of I. You may also see sometimes E. E stands for exclusive. So these are the only 2 values which are possible in the sign field. So either you will see inclusive or you will see exclusive. Then in the option, if you remember, you have seen something called BT. Okay, so what is a BT? BT stands for between. Okay. So between what? In the low it is showing some 0001 and in the high it is showing some 00000. So I want materials between BT means between 1 to 100. So 1 and 100 both are inclusive. So inclusive means that one. So both are inclusive. E stands for exclusive. So that means if you want to exclude some number, then you can make use of this exclusive. We will also see that scenario. Okay, so what are all the possible values here? You can provide a BT, between means BT, and you can also say GT. GT means what? Greater than. LT stands for less than. GE means greater than or equal to. LE means less than or equal to. EQ means only equal to. So if you are providing a single value in the select option, then that is a EQ. Then if you don't want some value to be not equal or something like that, then you can also say any not equal to. There is something called CP. CP stands for contains pattern. CP stands for contains pattern. We'll see what it is, contains pattern. Then there is something called NP, not containing the pattern. NP stands for not containing the pattern. So these are the various values which can be possible in the option field. So in the option, these are all the possible values. In the low and high, whatever the values you provide, that will appear. So now let us see some examples. For example, now I will give here only one single value. Okay, so now here I will provide 100-100. I will not provide any high value. So this is a low, this is a high. Okay, so in the low field I am providing 100-100. I am not providing any other. So when I execute, let us see how the internal table getting the entry in that. Can you guess? My sign will be I, right? Sign is I. Option will be equal to, because only single value, so it is option is EQ. Low value is 100-100. If you have low and high both, then you will get option as BT. Automatically the option will be BT. That means between values. Now when I execute this, only 100-100 record will come as a output, because in the select option only one value we have given, so only one output is coming up. Now say for example, you can also provide something like this. I want all the materials between 1 to 100. There is a button here. If you observe this button, this is for multiple selection. So click on this button. You are having some options here. Select single values, select ranges, exclude single value, exclude ranges, and so on. So there are different buttons. So here what I want values between 1 to 100. This is automatically there in select ranges. If you can see, I want values between 1 to 100, but I don't want material number 38. So this is the excluding a single value. So I want all the materials between 1 to 100, but excluding material number 38. That is what the understanding. So now let us see how the select option will appear, how the internal table for the select option will appear in the debugging mode. So let me double click on this, click on this internal table. Now there are two entries. If you found out, I stands for inclusive between 1 to 100 and exclude material number 38 when the value of the material number equal to EQ here means equal to 38. So like this you will get two entries now in the select options. So these are coming automatically based on the inputs what you provide on the selection screen, right? So now when I execute further, so I am getting all the materials excluding the material number 38. Okay, so then One more example. I want only few single values. Then what I'll do is I want material number 1, or I want material number 38, I want material number 58 or 48 and 58. Only these three materials I want. So these three materials I can provide like this and execute. Then when I go in debugging, how the internal table appears, see how it appears. First entry inclusive, that means material number equal to 38, material number equal to 48, material number equal to 58, like this. Now my internal table is having 3 entries, select option internal table. So when I execute, it should show me the 3 entries, but material number 48 is not available in the database itself. So in the database only material number 38 and 58 is available, so only they are appearing in the output. Okay, so like this you can try various options in the select options. Say for example, tomorrow you will get a requirement, I want all the materials which are there, say for example, I want material number 58 and I want materials in between 1 to 100, and 100 to 200 I don't want, 200 to 300 I want. Something like this, you can fill the ranges which you want. The ranges are single values which you don't want. Here you can specify the range of values which you don't want. For example, here you already said I want the materials between 200 to 300. Then here you can say I don't want the materials between 210 to 220. So now what it will do? It will get all the entries between 200 to 300, but it will exclude the materials which are in between 210 to 220 and so on. So like this you can try various options with the select options and try to play with select options as much as possible, because what I say is, when compared to parameters, select options is much powerful or helpful for you to handle all kind of scenarios. Okay. And one more important point is, you can also mention like operators like greater than, less than, all these things also you can provide in the select options, whereas that is not possible in the parameter. What I meant to say is, for example, I want to display all the materials whose material number is less than 100. How can I do that? Double click on this select option. There are some symbols here, so I will choose less than or equal to 100. So I want to display all the materials whose value is less than or equal to 100. So how the sign up, how it will appear now in the debugging? You will get in the option LE. We have used this less than or equal to, right? So in the sign we will get I, option we will get LE. LE stands for less than or equal to. Okay, so that will get it. Why this screen is coming to me? Let me come out of this. So if you see here our select option, in the option you got LE. LE stands for less than or equal to, because you have given that less than or equal to over there. The low value is 100. So like this your select options will be filled. So now this is what about your select options. So select options is a internal table. It's not a variable, something like a parameter. So in the internal, because it's an internal table, you can provide multiple range of values. Maybe you can provide a range of values or multiple values in the select options, based on which you are selecting the data from the database table. So in the where condition, when you are using the select options, so based on the entries in the select options, it is getting the data from the database table. So once you get the data from the database table, remaining things are common. You may loop it, or you may do some other select query, or you may do some other possible functionality. The remaining things become same. Okay. So this is what about your select options. It's a internal table with a cap symbol. That means with a header line. Remember. Any other questions now here for the select options? So select options you can also declare with the help of some variable declaration. Something like I will say some gv underscore matnr type mara hyphen matnr. I have declared a variable now. So I can make use of this variable here instead of work area hyphen field name. So what the intention is, here you are declaring an internal table. That means SAP is indirectly declaring an internal table with header line for you. So at the time you need to provide a reference to the particular internal table which is pointing to the memory. That means which is already declared with a data keyword. It may be a variable or it may be a work area field name. So now I will say check activate and then execute. So you will get the same select option. So in the select option now what are all the fields are there? Sign option low high, right? So in this select option in the debugging I shown you sign option low high. The low and high for those fields, the data type and length will be allocated based on this. That means based on Mara method. That means character of length 18 will be given to low and high fields for this select options. So for the select option, if you give like this mara hyphen matnr, it will throw error. So I'll save it, check it, see what it is saying. Mara matnr is unknown. It is not declared with the data keyword. Okay, so Mara is not declared with the data keyword. Otherwise, what you can do is there is one more keyword called tables. Remember, this is also an important keyword. Here, you can say tables Mara. What is this tables keyword will do? Tables keyword always it always declares a work area with the same name as that of table name, database table name. So what is my database table name? Mara. So now after declaring the line number 11, so once I have written like this tables Mara, it means that I have declared a work area whose name is Mara. Don't confuse because of the keyword. So don't confuse that we are getting some table Mara and nothing like that. So whenever you are using this tables keyword, that means you have declared a work area whose name is the database table name itself. So now I have a work area whose name is Mara. So here that means we have a work area hyphen field name. So now this syntax is correct. So this is another way of declaring a work area. Here what is my work area name? My work area name is WA. But if I declare like this, my work area name is table name itself, Mara, which I am providing to the, sorry, not to the parameter, which I am providing to the select option. This is also possible scenario. But without this declaration of the work area, if you say directly Mara hyphen matnr here, it will throw error. Anything else?
So tables table keyword is mainly used for like work area, right?
Yes, table keyword is used for declaration of work area.
So and then, okay, like in the end, loop at item into Mara we can use it, right?
You can say, for example, I'll say loop at itab into Mara, and you can say Mara hyphen matnr, Mara hyphen mbrush, and then Mara hyphen mdot. You can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else? So then we will see message handling in SAP. There are 5 types of messages basically we will provide. So those 5 types of messages are, first one is I. I stands for information. S stands for status message. And then we have something called E. E stands for error message. W stands for warning message. And A stands for abort message. There are 5 types of messages we can provide in SAP. And we also have something called a message class, wherein all the messages we can put together. For example, in a program, I'm using some 10 messages or 20 messages. All these 20 messages I can put in a message class. So each message will be uniquely identified with some message number inside the message class. So what we have is, we have something called message class. What is this message class means? Message class means a set of messages, group of messages. If you want to declare, if you want to create a message class, you can do it with SE91 transaction. There is a transaction SE91 where you can create a message class, or you can also see the existing message classes. Inside the message class, you have various messages. Each message is represented with a unique number. So we have, for example, first message I will give a message number as 001, for second message I will give a number 002 and so on. So that I can do inside the message class. So message class is always not necessary. If you don't want to make use of the message class, of course don't use this message class. You can simply display message dynamically. So first what we will do is, we will see how to display message from the program itself, and in the next scenario we will also see how to make use of the message class. So I'll go here, if I'll put some if condition, if psi sub rc, if psi sub rc not equal to 0, and for the time being I want to make use of the parameter here, p underscore matnr. So I'm commenting the part of select options. Here I'll say, for the given material number, if the value is not found in a Mara table, so I want to give a message. How to give a message now? I will say, use the keyword message, and then in single quotes type your message, whatever you would like to display. For example, I want to display data not found, and then type Here you say whether it is a information message or whether it is a status message, whether it is a warning message. There are 5 types of messages, right? So among these 5 messages, which message you want to display? For example, I want to display it as a information message. So in single quotes and capital letters, provide here I. So what do you have given here? A message is a keyword. In between single quotes, you provide the message which you want to show, and then type is another keyword again. Then I stands for information message. Now save check, activate this and execute the program. Let us see how the message appears. Okay, so I'll provide some wrong material. Then when I execute, see, information message appears like this. Then there is something called yes. Yes means what? Status message, right? Yes means a status message. So just I changed I to yes, nothing else. Previously I is there, and now I have changed it to yes. That's it. So now let us see how the message appears. In the status bar, now if you see, the message is coming, data not found. So in the status bar, if the message is coming, then we'll call it as status message. How error message will appear? So change this yes to E and see how the error message appears. So in the bottom, you can see error message, data not found. So now where is my selection screen? There is selection screen is gone. That means what SAP is trying to do is, when you are giving information message or success message, SAP will allow you to go further. That means after the select query, whatever is there, that will be executed after displaying information message or status message. But when you are providing an error message, SAP will not allow you to go and execute the further code until and unless you clear the error. So you have to come back, clear the error, provide a correct material number, then only the further code will be executed. So that is the difference between information status messages and error message. Try yourself what happening for W. Just replace that E with W and see what happening. Similarly, replace E with EA and see how the about messages appear. It is simple. Just change it in the syntax. Then you will get a message in a different way. So try to observe how the warning messages are coming, how about messages is coming up. Now the other part what we are going to see is how to define a message class for our program, how to make use of that. How to define a message class means go to SE91 transaction, go to SE91. Here you define a message class. Here I'll say Z. So this is my message class name. Click on create. Give some short description. So this is message class for some XYZ project. So usually when you are doing some project in your office, so maybe you will provide some suitable description here. Go to the messages tab here, save it. So now you have a different numbers already available here. Against each number you provide a message. So first against 000 I will provide a message. I will say material not found. So here I will say data not found. Here I will say material, one ampersand symbol not found. What is this ampersand symbol? This symbol is called placeholder. We will see what is this placeholder. So like this I can give n number of messages inside a message class and I can save. So how to make use of these messages in your program? Let us go to the program now. Here, instead of giving the message like this, so give the keyword. Keyword is message, but which message you want to give? Message information, or you want to provide a status message? Which kind of message? For example, I want to provide a information message. That means I. What is the message number you want to provide? I want to give the message number. For example, 000. So this is my message number. And in brackets, provide the message class. So copy your message class name and put it over here. So that's it. Now save, check, activate. Now execute. So provide some wrong thing here. You can see material not found. From where this message is coming? The message is coming from this message class. Okay. So instead of 000, if you give 001, so here if you give 001 and execute, then you will see data not found will come. In the output, data not found will come, because in the message class 001 means data not found, right? So this is the data not found. So now what I can do is I can do the I can make use something like this 002 message, and here I will say with p underscore matnr. So in the parameter, whatever the material I give, that I am passing to this message. So this material, whatever I have given in the parameter, that will go and sit in the place of this ampersand, this placeholder. Okay, so now let us see how the message appears. Now when I execute and say here some material which is not there, then you can see material, that RE, whatever you have given in the parameter, not found. So in this way you can pass some values into the message. Maximum 4 number of ampersands you can put. That means maximum 4 variables you can pass to a single message. You cannot put n number of ampersands like this. Maximum 4 are allowed. Okay. So you can say material ampersand not found in table here ampersand. So what I will do here in the program, I will say material so and so. The first ampersand should be replaced with p underscore matnr. Second ampersand should be replaced with mara. Now let us see how the message appears. So material RE not found in table mara. So this is how your messages are coming up. So maximum 4 variables you can pass like this. As of now I already passed 2 variables. That means one is p underscore matnr, another one is a literal mara. Like this, maximum 4 entities you can pass. Okay, so this is what about your messages, message classes, different message types. Maybe if you give here instead of I, if you give here E, the same message will appear as a error message based on the message type. So each message class will have group of messages, and each message will be identified with a unique number inside the message class. Any questions you have? Okay, so fine. Then we'll close today. We'll see how to build a classical report in the next session. Bye.